What's going on, everyone? We'll wait for more people to get on the live before we get started. But I got rid of two companies that I really liked a lot today for good reason, and we'll talk about that in today's little live stream. How's it going, Prada? Mm, but feel free to take a guess if you guys can guess which companies I got rid of. I actually said that I was going to get rid of both of them, well, at least a little bit of both of them eventually, and today was the day. If you've been following the channel at all, everything's going good. I got pretty busy last week with work, so I couldn't put out any videos, but still another busy week here. But we'll try to find time and get these videos out. I missed being on YouTube. Everything's going well on the AMC train, you say? Nice, nice, nice. Prada says not Yoshin. What's up, Dukil? Thank you, thank you. Yep, today was a really good day in the market. Perfect. I got rid of, it seems like so far, I got rid of these two companies at good timing. Alex got it. I got rid of Clove. You got it too, Prada. Alex said Clove and Yoshin. I got rid of both of those companies today. And I put my profits into NIO and I significantly increased my position in my favorite company. So that's what I ended up doing. Do you think NIO will take a GM style with multiple subsidiaries, Buick, Chevy, etc., approach with the mass market on cars, or just stick with one? I think they'll take that approach in some sort of aspect because they do plan on releasing a mass market vehicle under a different brand, not the NIO brand. They want to keep it premium, but I think so. Not to necessarily the extent of GM having all those sub brands. I don't think they want to water down the brand too much. And not saying that GM has watered down their brand at all, but yes, I've taken profits in Clove today. I took profits in Yoshin. Earlier on the channel, I said that if you go back to the short squeeze video where I talked about how I believe that Clover was going to have a massive short squeeze, but I was in the company because I like the fundamentals. I said that if I make a lot of money in a very short amount of time, it could turn into a situation where I end up taking profits. And well and behold, that's what ended up happening. I ended up taking profits in Clove. I don't have any, well, actually, I have 3 shares of Clove in a different account, but I don't really consider that holding the company. I'm still holding those shares because um, after the 30-day mark, and I'll get to this especially with Yoshin as well. After the 30-day mark, um, it won't be considered a wash sale. So what I'll do is I'll start adding back to both of those positions very gradually, or not even gradually, as much as I can. I feel like Clove, it could have a super run. Who knows if it will run up again? That's quite possible, actually. But I feel more comfortable sleeping at night knowing that I've taken the profits and I've put it in NIO, something that I'm here for till 2030s, maybe even longer than that. Um, so why did I sell Yoshin? I had shares of Yoshin at under $1. I had shares of Yoshin at $1.50. I had shares of Yoshin at $1. So I made a lot of money on Yoshin. It seemed like the market cap was very if I don't know if this is the right word, but manipulable or manipulatable. I feel like there could be some cool off in the short term. Both of these companies, I do have plans on buying back in because, like I said, I like the fundamentals. After the 30-day mark, I can buy back in with no wash sale. But I was able to increase my position in NIO, and ultimately, I have a long-term price target for NIO of at minimum $700 by 2030. So increasing my position right now is just something I don't have to stress about too much and not really even worry about what the market's doing. So I think it was like a really good move on what I did on my side. I still have in my portfolio. TBLT have a, I wouldn't say a large position in there. It's not big at all, but you know, few $1,000s in TBLT. And then in NEO, I have a lot of money in NEO at this point. Well, for me, I would say I have a lot of money. I know some of you guys probably have more money in NEO than me. But for someone who just graduated out of college, 2 years ago, I never thought I would have what I have in NEO in the market today. So it's really good to just be able to increase my position. I know the share price was getting quite expensive as well. And at the time, I was 100% in NEO. Now I'm about 80% in NEO. If we're just talking about stocks, I still have my Bitcoin, have a good amount of money in Bitcoin as well. But it's not something that I'm taking seriously. But yeah, I have NEO across multiple brokerage accounts. But I felt like this was the right thing to do at this time. 2030, I'll probably be thanking myself if everything goes as planned, counting on William Lee to, get us to where we want to be, right? What's your opinion on Tesla? I already have 4,000 shares of NEO. Need your opinion on Tesla. I have a small position in Tesla. So the reason that I don't buy Tesla is not because I'm not bullish on the company. It's because I like to buy my shares in batches of 100. And that's for the purpose of selling covered calls to create more income. For example, with Clover Health, my position in Clover Health would not have gotten so big if I wasn't constantly selling covered calls. I know that I can't buy 100 shares of Tesla without getting rid of some stuff, and still maybe not even. But for Clover Health, it was trading at like $7, like all this time I was talking about it. Then it doubled in price, got over 100%. At one point, it was at $23. I took some profits around $18, $19, and then I ended up just like finally like just closing out of it today. But the covered calls have helped me, kind of stretch my buying power when it comes to investing with Tesla. I feel like there's more growth potential with NEO, and then at the same time, I could sell covered calls if that's something that I decide to do. But I realized I have to be a little bit careful with that because, um, what if I had decided to sell covered calls when Clover Health had that run up? It would have been, I would have got out too early, and I would have, foregoed some upside. So just something to think about. But yeah, I will. So the channel's gonna go back to the way it just started for a while. Probably just only talking about Neo. Still probably following Clover and Yoshin, but not as heavily because I'm not invested in them, and I don't like to give people the wrong idea. But I will preface that in any video that I do on those companies that I don't have a position right now, other than the 3 shares I have of Clover in my other account. But I plan on getting back in those companies. I like them, so we'll see what happens. Those were just very volatile situations, I feel like, and it was a good move, like moving the money to Neo. And I feel like Neo has a lot of upside to go. If Neo goes to um probably like, what are we gonna say? If Neo goes to $100, that's gonna be a lot of money. So for me personally, but I'm here till 2030, and Neo's been like the thing that's going to like get me to where I want to be. And I feel like it's just I always say this thing in the Discord, Neo near. I'm going to be a future Neo near. So we'll see if it happens. What's the main reason I increased my conviction in Neo? My conviction in Neo actually never went away. Throughout the whole dip and the EV sector just tanking, I've been talking about Neo with a lot of conviction. If you go back and watch those videos, I've been saying like, of course, there's going to be short-term headwinds on the way to where we're trying to get, but the fundamentals are improving. Good earnings reports, good numbers, good deals getting signed, good things coming up. So I was actually thinking about when is going to be the right time to add NIO. And I actually have been thinking about this for a long time about, you know, I could get rid of everything and consolidate my portfolio just into NIO. And today it felt like the right time to do that. Now, obviously, like diversification is something that's super important. I made a huge bet. Um, I made a huge bet and it could go wrong. Like people would probably look at me like an idiot if Neo just started dipping again. And that's fine because I'm not really playing on a short-term game. I'm playing for the long run. So I'm just super happy things played out the way they did so far. Yeah, I see all good stuff with Tesla in the next 2 years. And I'm bullish on Tesla too. I just personally I'm not going to add another EV stock to my portfolio, even though it would give you like diversification across different markets. And Tesla makes sense. It's just personally not for me. And I don't feel like at this time that I'm going to be hopping on the wave. If I ever do switch conviction, I've also given thought to getting rid of all my NEO and getting into Tesla, but it just doesn't make sense for me. So I won't be buying any Tesla. I feel like NEO has more upside um, over the next 5 years or so. If NEO reaches 65 to 75 dollars again, that would be great, and I could see it going there too by the end of the year. Mirza says, "I'm trying to be a near. Hopefully, we all are. This would definitely be a great run for everybody who's involved. Been following you for a while, man. I remember when you were talking about Neo in the tens. Thank you so much." Darius says OB equals Neo $3 OG. Thanks, Darius. I remember all you guys. We were all here. We understood Neo very early on. So congrats to everyone um, who's been invested for so long and who's just getting invested as well. Um, I'm excited for Neo's future with all of the different sectors it's going to be like clothes. I wouldn't be surprised when Neo becomes a global powerhouse, something like Amazon. I completely agree. Like I remember watching or listening to somebody, I can't remember who exactly, but it was at the beginning of the pandemic and they said they're trying to find the next Amazon because obviously Amazon's already had like its run as far as like growth potential. Obviously, there's a little bit more growth to come, but it's much more safer growth. You don't get what you got in 2020 with Neo, with Amazon. So, with that being said, when they were saying that in 2020, early 2020, I was telling myself like Neo is the next, huge global technology company. It's just the next big thing, and that's how I felt about it and how I still feel about it. There's so many things to cover with the company that I haven't even covered it all on the channel, and I've talked about Neo a lot. Neo is a future beast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love Beamer. I remember you from way back in the early days as well. You have way more Neo shares than me. I remember that. That was very inspiring to hear from you, early on. So keep doing your thing, man. I appreciate it. Dong Z says Neo to Germany. So Neo in when they go to Europe, I think that's going to be like the true test of if Neo can um really be a global powerhouse. Obviously, I feel like it is already, but they don't have to prove it to us. They have to prove it to the market because these investors, they want to take their time and they want to really see results before they put their money up. So the big investors, and they are who moves the market. So Neo wins in Neo wins in Europe. That's going to be huge for the stock price, I believe. Um, and also um, from Deutsche Bank, Edison Yu said that like a lot of the analysts have not factored in U.S. sales um, by 2025 into their models. So if Neo did enter the US, by 2025 or earlier, a little bit earlier than that, um, That would definitely be something that sends the stock flying, I believe, because no one has it in their models. You're the man, Obi. Thank you for your insights. Yo, thanks, Kings and Roses. I appreciate you, man. Long time no talk, though. Neo's the next Apple. Completely agree with you on that perspective. I know exactly what you're getting at there. Apparently, Tesla is trying to get into the food market. It seemed a bit odd to me, to be honest. And it seems like Neo is pretty much already there. I'm big on Neo, and I'm about to do some cleaning up my portfolio. Yeah, today was a cleanup day for me, for real. Another thing I love about Neo is William Lee. He never brags about anything. He always keeps everything down to earth. When news does come out of bin, it's already way in the works. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. William Lee is like a guy I feel comfortable, putting my money behind. So, at the end of the day, like, there's no company that I sleep better with at night than Neo. Like, I could literally like go on an island for 2 years and come back and check Neo's stock price without any worry. So, and I'm not recommending that you do that. I got in Tesla at $29 per share 10 years ago, and Neo will do the same. As a tech leader, you're on point. You're the best, bro. Thank you so much, man. That gives me a lot of confidence. Seeing all the people who've had a lot of success in Tesla is definitely something that, sparked the conviction in me to get into Neo. A long time ago, I said people missed the wave on Tesla because they failed to value it as a technology company. They just valued it as a car company. And I didn't want to make the same mistake with Neo, and the rest has just been history. I'm a OB courtside. Oh, you remember that song, Ray Ray? What's your price prediction by 2025? Honestly, I have no idea where Neo will be by 2025. I'll give you my prediction by 2030, minimum $700. Hopefully that works out. And that's my only concern when it comes to making price targets. Do you know when Neo is planning to make the more affordable model? These premium models will be limiting factor. Um, a lot of people have brought that up in the earnings call already. Um, William Lee says that um they oh, and let me say this to preface actually. Neo has a higher average selling price than all of the premium brands. That includes Mercedes, that includes Audi, and I'm talking about the premium brands in the same specter, like the BMW 7 Series. You compare that to, what Audi has for their offering. They have a higher average selling price, right? And that's strictly because Neo has a lot of add-ons, a lot of technology. They're not just trying to make money off of actually selling the car. They have a lot of value added services. And with the premium market alone, he's already talked about how there's a lot of money to be made in there just from stealing market share from companies like BMW, like Mercedes, like Audi. People want more. People are going to expect and want more out of their cars. People are going to pick the people who are further ahead in technology, have the most offerings. Neo's way ahead of those companies in autonomous driving. You're getting more for your dollar if you decide to go with a Neo vehicle than if you decide to go with, like a W7 series today versus a Neo ET7. So that being said, you have to understand how much of the market that they're going to be able to take, and that's going to be a lot of revenue for the company overall. Aside from that, the company has um, other avenues about making money. So it isn't necessarily about just the cars. Ford is going to be using their infrastructure. That's going to be a revenue stream. Neo Power is going to be huge. Battery swapping is going to flip, and it's going to start turning a lot of revenue over. So you have to think about everything else as well. For those of you who just logged on, I said that yes, I got rid of my Clover Health and I got rid of my Yoshin. I said that I actually tripled my position in Yoshin before it ran up, right before it ran up, and I said that I was tripling this to sell half of it as a swing. I just ended up selling the whole thing It's very volatile right now, and I needed to increase my position in NIO. I got rid of Clover Health. It had a massive run, and I wanted to increase my position in NIO as well. Um, Looking at the numbers, from what I have now, by 2030, if NIO does, what I think it could do, then I could reach $1 million net worth. So I was just making that type of move and that type of decision. But I've also have a lot of conviction in Yoshin. I also have a lot of conviction in Clover Health. And after 30 days, so it doesn't become a wash sale, if in the case where I may have to take a loss on those companies, what I'll do is I'll end up, slowly adding them back. But um, at this point, I don't have those companies anymore, and they might run up, and that's fine with me. I'm not a big short-term trader, but I made a trade that made me tens of thousands of dollars, and I decided a few trades that made me tens of thousands of dollars, and I decided to put that money into my most conviction pick. And diversification is important, um, but how I look at it is I have a high risk tolerance because I am young, and concentration is going to build wealth faster. When they release the new car for the mass market, do you think they will be able to take advantage of NEO services such as NEO houses, battery swapping? That's a good question. I'm honestly sure I can't answer that, but you just put that question in my head, and it's something I'm going to be thinking about. I would imagine like you would want like, since Neo is selling like a premium lifestyle, as far as like the Neo houses, you would want to leave that for, people who are paying for the luxury who of, being inside of like the in group, for lack of a better term. Um, but I wouldn't think that the mass market, um, people who bought from the mass market brand would be able to enter Neo houses, as he did say that these brands are going to remain separate. Of your videos, by the way. Thank you so much. Neo is a patience play. 2025, I believe, will be a fantastic year. I definitely agree. I know I missed a question. I wanna make sure I answer everybody's questions. Consider NIU as well. I'll write that down. I'll look into it. I know I've been told to look into NIU so far. I've been told to look into eHang. I've been told to look into ABML. I've been told to look into Fubo TV. Um, so I definitely do have to look into those things. Right now, I need to. I think I'm going to take a pause on investing for a while. Obviously, I'm still going to be watching my stocks and following my company, but I just took like a lot of short-term profit, so I need to figure out the tax situation for a second, which will probably be like 2 months or a month and a half or something. What's your second largest holding after Neo? Neo, well, I got rid of them now. It was like Clover Health and Yoshin. So at this point, it's honestly gonna have to be like some REITs, or Bitcoin. Do you think years down the line, Neo will potentially be part of the S&P 500? If they allow for that, with Neo being a Chinese company, like I don't see why not, but I don't really think so at the same time, because when you buy the S&P 500, you're buying the 500 best companies in America, typically speaking. Sometimes there are Chinese companies that slip in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Neo would be part of the S&P 500. Um, make sure I answered every question. Oh, Love Beamer sent $165. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. You didn't have to send that. I appreciate it so much. Wow, that is a lot. Thank you. Um, Gerardo says, Oh, and then like you mentioned the battery swapping services, Gerardo. That was the second part of your question. Um, I don't think that I do think that when Neo releases a mass market brand that they would be able to use the battery swapping service because it just makes sense. Like it wouldn't make sense to me if you weren't able to, battery swap on a car that's built by Neo, at a Neo station. That's a huge competitive advantage and that's going to help them get some of that market share. No, seriously, thank you for the super chat. Do you ever think Neo will ever enter the United States? Yes, I do. I think Neo is going to for sure get to the United States one time. Look into Tattooed Chef. Honestly, so I posted this in the Discord as well. I tried Tattooed Chef when I first got to Austin, Texas. It was like cauliflower cauliflower barbecue wings or something like that, and it just wasn't good. I didn't like it, so I couldn't invest in it. You're not trading with an active IRA, bro. If not, you should strongly consider it for tax benefits. Yeah, I mean, I have an IRA and I have money in there, but I have way more money in my regular brokerage account. And in hindsight, it should have been in an IRA. But at the same time, I want to eventually pull all my money out of stocks and buy property um way before I'm 65. I could have saved myself a lot of money in taxes. I mean, last year I didn't pay any taxes on my capital gains um just because I took on a lot of like business expenses. So it didn't matter at all last year, but now that my portfolio's grown so much and the trades are a lot more, now I have to figure that out for this year. And it would have made a lot more sense to be in an IRA this year, as opposed to being in a normal brokerage account. I could definitely transfer what I have now to the IRA, but I feel like by 65, I feel like I want to take the money out like way before 65 and put it to work in a different way, which is real estate. So, we'll figure it out. And what are your thoughts on that though? Yeah, I did. I got rid of Yoshin because I've had shares at under a dollar. I've had shares at a little bit over a dollar at $2. It's over $5 today. I wanted to the stock's volatile. I'll check it out where it's at in 30 days from now. That way it won't be a wash sale. But I was able to put the profits in Neo, which I have more conviction in than any other company. Um, so it made sense to me that way. I've already more than 3x my money in the company. Like they say, bulls win, bears win, pigs get slaughtered. So I didn't want to be too greedy. Even though it is a long-term investment. I just felt like it was time to, just move that money over there and then be done with like Neo. I don't need to add any more to it. 30 days from now, I can come back and I can go add to Clover and Yoshin and start a new position and wait for the gains again without causing a wash sale. Oh, okay. I was reading that wrong. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Because that's how it comes when I guess it's usually highlighted. No, you're good, bro. I love Neo. Jumped on the train last January when they were $3 bought it until it hit 30. Grabbed a few more on the way up. Neo is honestly the nicest EV I've seen. It's now 50% of my portfolio. Nice. I think NIO hasn't shared the battery swapping patent with other EV companies only because it doesn't have enough stations on the road yet. Yeah, NIO has, they recently rolled out the V2 like end of last year, early this year. My memory is a little fuzzy, but like people were waiting in lines for a while just to battery swap, and those are already Neo companies. So I mean Neo users. So they definitely didn't have or don't have right now the capacity. Even if people have swappable batteries that are um, compatible with NIO, which they don't, and we already know this, but they definitely don't have the capacity to support other companies in their battery swapping right now. But China eventually wants to standardize everything, so it's only a matter of time. I'm up. I'm at 42% sheep watch. It's a winner for sure, is what someone else said. What's your price prediction for Neo 2025? You might have hopped on late. I already answered that. I don't have a price target for Neo for 2025. Um, um, yeah. Okay, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a little portfolio update. Let you know how the content's going to be coming for a while. But yeah, that was it. I got rid of those two companies today. It was a good day in the it was a good day in the market for sure. It's been a past good few weeks, so you don't hear people complaining every day. I'm not getting emails talking about what's going on every day, DMs, and we're gonna get back to those times where people think it's a crisis again. Um, but it's always funny to watch how things change and situations change in the market. But more Neo content coming out this week. I probably won't post a video on Thursday. I have to do something for work after work as well. But more Neo content coming this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're on this live stream right now, make sure you hit the like button because that really does go a long way in helping out the channel. Thanks so much, Z Rabbit. I appreciate it, man. All right, I'll catch you guys. Bye.